I'm Matt Rosenstein. I'm the Director of Global Education and Training and also the Director of the Shanghai office, the University of Illinois. So what we do at Global Education and Training, we provide training programs for a wide variety of audiences. These are all for international visitors that come to Illinois. We provide training for business executives, government officials, higher education leaders, as well as scholars and teachers, and also for students at both the postgraduate and undergraduate levels. First of all, I guess I'd like to tell you a little bit about the University of Illinois and its relationship with China. It's a very long tradition. So Illinois has been welcoming students from China to its campus for over 100 years. Our president back in 1905, Edmund James, was the president of the University of Illinois at the time. He proposed to the U.S. Congress and he proposed to President Teddy Roosevelt, who is one of the most famous presidents of the United States. He proposed a bill that would allow the U.S. government to use Boxer Rebellion indemnity funds and convert them into scholarships for Chinese students. And that bill was approved. Because of that vision, this is really what enabled all of the students who come from China over the past century and more to come to the United States. In 1908, this was cemented by President James inviting the foreign minister, Wu Ting-fang, to come to the campus of University of Illinois and give the very distinguished commencement address at the graduation ceremony. So a very important event in the history of U.S.-China relations, particularly in the field of higher education. So what happened after that, first half of the 20th century, more than 25% of the students who came from China to study in the United States actually studied at the University of Illinois. So we're very proud and privileged to have that tradition. Today that relationship continues. We have more than 5,000 students from China on our campus. Actually, it's a very wide mix. So we have, I think, over 150 different degree programs at Illinois, so students can take degrees in all those fields. I think the main fields that students choose are fields like engineering, agriculture, business, economics. There are 16 colleges or schools in the university, and I think you can find Chinese students in each of those fields, each of those disciplines. There are some challenges or difficulties they may face in terms of acclimating to the U.S. environment, in terms of, I guess what we could refer to as culture shock. But to be honest, our office and our university provides a lot of support for the students. So let me explain a little bit. Our office in Shanghai actually contributes to the coordination and offering of a in-country orientation. And we do these in multiple cities in China, usually during the summer before the students arrive on our campus in August. And they learn, both the students and their parents can attend, and they learn, as much as we can share with them basically in one day what they need to know in order to prepare for their trip to the United States. Their trip to Illinois ranges from information about visas to what to pack, and part of it is of course to give them the information, but part of it is also to make sure that they feel reassured that they will be in a safe environment, they will be in an environment that really helps them to focus on their learning experience and becoming part of American culture and an American university community. We are an educational institution, so we're always trying to make sure the learning aspect is first and foremost. But in order for people to be able to learn comfortably and successfully, they need to also feel comfortable in the environment. Well, parents, I think their first question is always safety. Is it safe? Will my child be safe? Will my student be safe? Our city is very small compared to your typical city in China. The population of Champaign-Urbana is about 180,000 people. We can and do share with them information about the resources that the university has, including its own police department and emergency services and so on. Typically it's safety is one of their first questions. Of course, they also want to ensure that their students, that their children are getting the highest possible quality education.
美国伊利诺伊州发生的
中国学生张莹莹
中国留学生张莹莹失踪案，
涉嫌绑架中国访问学者张莹莹，
涉嫌绑架中国访美博士生的嫌犯
布伦特·克里斯滕森
今天出席了法庭聆讯。
On the one hand, we have to be very honest and say that it could happen anywhere. There's no community in the United States is ever completely safe. And that includes university campuses. What we can do is we can explain to the parents that these occurrences are rare, but we do take it very, very seriously. Yes, they do happen, and there may be some sort of pattern of them occurring, but in a given location like in Champaign-Urbana, they don't happen very often. I would also say again that we have very proactive emergency services, but also preparedness services, so the university can respond to any incident very quickly. If there were ever an incident like a violent crime, everyone on the campus immediately receives messages over email, over SMS or text, or always it includes instructions, so it will explain what the nature of the incident is. It will tell people to avoid certain areas of the city or the campus. It will say find a safe shelter or do this, do that. So again, we can't guarantee, just like I don't think in China you can guarantee 100% safety all the time. Their concerns can sometimes be different. They'll ask questions about things like what activities are available to me, what sports can I play. They will of course be concerned about their classes and their education. They want to know what classes can I register for, how do I do it, things like that. And again, we're always able to provide them with the answers that they need. And we're also very confident once they get on our campus and they see the community, they see the campus, they see the facilities that are available to them, including a really wonderful recreation center, one of the largest in the country on a university campus, then their questions are answered very quickly and usually with very high satisfaction. It's possible that some of their coursework and their credit could be transferred into a degree program at Illinois, but that's a pretty complex process. And I guess I would say that's an answer. It probably depends on the specific case, the courses that they've taken. It would be a decision, I think, that would be made by our Office of Undergraduate Admissions and the college and major that the student plans to transfer into. It's much less common probably for students to transfer successfully from China into a degree program as opposed to, say, a student who's been studying in the United States that transfers into a degree program at University of Illinois. The credit equivalencies and articulations are much more clearly defined in the United States. So I would advise any student that's interested in doing that, they definitely should contact our Office of Undergraduate Admissions and pose careful and clear questions about what they're seeking to do. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Rosenstein. I'm Director of the Office of Global Education and Training at the University of Illinois, and I'm also Director of the Shanghai office for the University of Illinois. Please follow us on Elites Talk.